quite a what's it called this? Multiple story episode. We got to meet this struggling idol group, a struggling comedy team, a fan of that idol group, and we also got to find out what Otokawa's preferences for the opposite sex are. Right? And well, he actually likes the girl. Right? Yung nurse ng doktor niya, yun yata. And the feeling's mutual actually. Okay. Feeling's mutual. Final scene. It's any taxi driver's nightmare. Ang ma-hold up. Yes, it happened to Otokawa right here. And the one who held him up was this hoodlum mandrill with who's connected to a certain cop friend of Otokawa. Wonderful. Overall, it's a good episode. Okay, it's a good episode. But the pace, the only time the pace got picked up was during the final scene. Right? That was tense. Okay, that was tense. But first 2/3 of the episode, it's probably too slice of life for me. Although this episode showed us the everyday lives of these people that are connected to that made a connection to Otokawa. Kasi naging pasahero niyan lahat to. Naging pasahero niyan lahat to. The flow, no, not much. Not much. Well, the only gear shift here was the final scene, right? Told you. Yeah. Any tense moments in an episode can really pick the pace, the flow, and the plot up. Okay. And when it comes to the plot, well, no definite. The animators probably did not trod a single road here because they had to show everybody how these lives got connected to Otokawa, right? Which is decent move, right? It's a decent move. So it's a good episode, all right? Overall, it's a good episode kasi may mga nalaman din tayo rito na relatable in real life. Okay? Because well, sometimes you get to ride that taxi who has a driver that always lends an ear. Right? And there are also some taxi drivers who has that knack of ignoring passenger stories. Talagang trabaho lang. Hindi siya makikikwento sa inyo, hindi siya magtatanong tungkol sa personal mong buhay, sa mga buhay mo. Ang ginagawa lang niya is just helping you get to where you want to go. Yung mga ganun driver talaga. I've encountered some of them when I was younger. Yeah, it's a good episode. Okay, it's a good episode. So, Odd Taxi Episode 2. Welcome up. You know, after airing a really awesome pilot, they went on the lighter side of things here. Okay. Now, but don't get me wrong, okay? It's still a good enough episode to watch. It's still a good enough episode to watch. Top mainly because of, well, the main protagonist, si Otokawa. He can be really sarcastic sometimes. Okay? But his brand of sarcasm is the type that you might not be offended with. Right? Kasi yun ang naging reaction ng lahat ng mga naging passengers niya with who had their own stories to tell in this episode. Hindi sila na-offend sa sarcasm ni Otokawa. Right? Which is good. Okay? Which is really good. Kasi there are some drivers who are that way. Okay? Who talk that way. Now, it's up to you if you're going to take it as an insult or a tip. Okay? Hindi yung monetary tip, yung vocal tip. Okay? So, you either take that as an insult or a tip. Okay? Well, taxi drivers give their opinions based on what they first hear. Ganun lang yan eh. So again, Odd Taxi Episode 2. Magkamag na. Kasi, well, tell you the truth, I almost give it the 2 thumbs up. Okay? I almost give it the 2 thumbs up. If it weren't for the story behind the idol group's fan, medyo annoyed ako eh. I got annoyed dun sa pagiging fanboy niya. Okay? I was annoyed. It was a wee bit annoying. Right? So, yeah. But anyway, title of the next episode has been teaser. Okay? Title and all. But don't trust it. Okay? There are I think there are some good sequences there, but I don't trust it at all. Right? So all we have to do is wait for this particular episode. Alright? Wow! You wanna know bakit ako napawaw sa episode? No, because first case of the vampire unit involves a couple of vampires. Okay? Grabe. You know, I never thought vampires could be this fast in attacking people. Alright? So, final scene. Okay. The vampire wife they were after, kinagat yung assistant ni Colonel Maeda. So, na-deduce naman ng scientist member ng vampire unit that he's gonna slowly die of poisoning. Right? Pero hindi pala na-deduce. Na-deduce ni Colonel Maeda. Ang assumption kasi ng scientist, he either dies from poisoning or gets turned into a vampire. Right? Pero instead of letting it play out, Maeda stabs him in the heart. Tapos yung paghihirap. Alright? That final scene will probably solidify the resolve of this vampire unit, which is named Code Zero. Right? Ganda. Wow. Okay. Overall, it's a great episode. Okay? Parang nauuso ngayon ng mga episode 2 na mga ganda. Bihira kasi ang galing ngayon eh. Right? Yung in succession, episode 2 puro mga ganda. In all the reviews I've done since last year, bihira until spring 2021 came along. Right? Now, with this particular episode, yung pace medyo fast kasi they were hunting down this vampire couple. Talagang pumapatay. Okay? Talagang pumapatay ng tao. I think wala silang tina-turn. Wala silang inaatake para gawing vampire. No. Talagang they're killing humans. So, Godzilla set out to destroy them. Search and destroy mission to eh. Ng Code Zero. So it was fast. Then in the final scene medyo nag-slow down kasi minesi killing ni Colonel Maeda si ano eh. I forgot his name. Yung assistant niya. Okay, so minesi killing niya. So that's probably it's only the second time. It was only the second time that the episode slowed down. Right? So just goes to show you how indifferent Colonel Maeda has become to this vampire crisis. Once you get bitten, if he has the chance, he will kill you. Kasi sobrang yung paghihirap ng mga vampire. Right? Because he sees it in his own team. All of them are the only non-vampire in this group is him. Si Colonel Maeda lang. Siya lang ang hindi vampire dito sa Code Zero. So the flow, yeah. Okay. The only gear shift that I saw here was during the final scene. The rest talagang build up mode siya to the mission itself. Kaya okay lang. Okay? Okay lang yung flow. Kasi build up mode to the part of the episode that matters. That matters the most. Yun na yung pagpatay nila doon sa vampire couple. Okay? That's the only gear shift, but don't get me wrong, guys. Okay? Don't get me wrong, mga ka-lifestyle. Twitch. Even though it's the only gear shift I saw in this episode, the build-up leading to it, nicely done. Which now leads me to the plot, right? So, the plot was nicely done. Kasi ang culmination niya is the eventual demise of that vampire couple. Okay? Ang pumatay pa nga doon sa asawang babae si Maeda pa mismo eh. Grabe yung pagka-takedown niya. Kinuha niya sa buhang ganun. Kasi pakagat na eh. Kinuha yung dilang ganun. Sabay, fuck! May tugot sa ulo. Now, don't get me wrong. Marsman isn't that violent an anime. Hindi pinapakita yung actual beheading, pero you know it was coming. You know it was coming. Talagang pupugutin ni Maeda. Right? So the plot was nicely done. And it is a great episode. Another great episode 2 that I saw this spring. Well, it's starting to become a trend amongst episode 2s na dapat may sipa. Kasi if you ask me, you should build momentum as early as possible. If you're creating an anime, you should build momentum to either the second half of the run or the finale as early as possible. Kaya siguro ito. There might be a what you call this? There might be a mid-season finale. Okay? The way I see it. Right? So, Mars Red episode 2. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Now, take note. Mars Red is both a military and supernatural anime. Okay? A combination that's rarely seen in anime. Right? Usually separate it. Military, it's either military but not supernatural. It's either supernatural but not military. Ito, it has the best of both worlds. Right? At saka period din siya. So, set in the 1930s, may vampire crisis sa Japan. Alright? Medyo tugma yung backdrop ng Mars Red sa actual historical fact. Right? Except for the vampires, okay? Nope. That is fiction. That is fiction. So, it's a unique mix of military and supernatural. Mars Red. Right? I started to have a good time reviewing this. Kasi, its storyline is rather unique. Even the backdrop. Even the events, even the things surrounding it. Okay? It's quite unique in itself. Yeah. For this episode, I gave it the two thumbs up. Because look, pace, flow, and plot, nicely done. This episode was on build-up mode, leading to the final scene. Pero yung twist na nakagat yung assistant ni Maeda, I didn't see that coming. Right? Talagang the vampire wife went after him, kinagat siya sa leeg. So Maeda had no choice but to euthanize his own assistant. Okay? So, it just proved this result there. Na once you get bitten by a vampire, siguro ni Colonel Maeda, once you get bitten by a vampire, I will kill you. Okay. Para hindi na maghirap pa. If he's going to die of poisoning, okay, that's a slow death, okay? A slow and agonizing death. Tapos, you didn't die by poisoning, you become a vampire naman. Wanted ka na nga. His heart is probably in the right place right now, si Maeda. Right? He deserves to be the commander of this unit. Talagang he knows his stuff. Sabi nga ng isa din ng kasama. So again, Mars Red episode 2. Well, on to the title of the next episode, next teaser. It's our job now to wait for it and watch it and probably enjoy it. It may sound corny to most of you, but medyo affected daw kanina eh. Alright? When I was reviewing it. Because, the rest of the 7 deadly sins now, they already have an idea that Meliodas needs to go back to the demon world. Kahit si Elizabeth. Pero, si Elizabeth, matagal na niyang tanggap. Right? Well, the curse is no more curse. So, and technically, Meliodas is the new Demon King. He has to go back. And Elizabeth has made probably the biggest decision of her life, right? To go with Meliodas to the demon world. Alright? Final scene. All of a sudden, someone drops a huge rock on Elizabeth, she's dead. So, laking gulo ng lahat. Meliodas is probably beside himself. Alright? That's how the episode ended. Kaya talagang mabigat. Right? Talagang mabigat. Overall, some people may find an episode like this corny, but that final scene took the corniness out of it. So, it's a great episode. Okay? Yung pace, syempre, no battle scenes kasi they just won the war. Okay? They just won the Holy War. So, and Meliodas has decided to return to the demon world. Elizabeth decides to go with Meliodas. So, the pace is understandably slow. Okay lang. Kasi, well, nagpapaalam ng lahat sa isa't isa. Right? Especially Meliodas and Elizabeth. Kaya, again, the pace is understandably slow. The flow, the only first gear shift happened when Elizabeth decided to go with Meliodas to the demon world. Samahan siya doon. Alright? The only chain of events, okay, for this episode. Kaya, bakit ako affected? Alright? Then, of course, the second and biggest gear shift came when that rock dropped on Elizabeth. Right? Probably killing her instantly. And, of course, Meliodas has no idea what happened. Basta na lang nangyari. Right? It was a shocker. Okay? It's a shocker. So, if that ain't a gear shift to you, I don't know what is. Then, plot. Medyo laid out carefully yung plot. And it all led to that final scene wherein Elizabeth gets snuffed by someone we've yet to know. Someone we've yet to find out. Right? Magandang plot. Okay. And it all led to that final scene. So, it's a great episode. You may find it corny, but that final scene took the corniness out of it. So, that makes it a great episode. Okay? So, the 7 Deadly Sins Dragon's Judgment, episode 14. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Now, I don't know who dropped that rock on Elizabeth, but every 7 Deadly Sins fan really wants to find out. Okay? You can classify this as a huge plot twist in the final season. Alright? Say, well, the curse has been lifted. Meliodas doesn't have eternal life anymore, so the moment someone shoots or stabs him in the right place, he will die. Elizabeth, well, doesn't have that reincarnation thing anymore. So when she dies, she stays dead. Okay? So what happened to her? Yeah, she will stay dead. But we really want to know, okay? All 7 Deadly Sins fans really want to know who actually snuck Elizabeth this time. Right? We really want to know. Okay? So, well, I thought the 7 Deadly Sins would be over in this episode, but I was dead wrong. Okay? I was dead wrong. Talagang 24 episode run siya. This isn't over yet. So, again, if you find this episode corny, then you probably didn't finish it. You probably never saw the final scene. Alright? So again, the 7 Deadly Sins, Dragon's Judgment, episode 14. 2 thumbs up. Anyway, title of the next episode has been teasered in typical 7 Deadly Sins fashion. Well, I think I now have an idea who dropped that rock on our favorite leading lady here, right? But I'm not gonna spoil you. Sorry. It's the next episode. Panoorin na lang natin. And I thought I am done with 10 episodes when Attack on Titan final season took a vacation. Nope. I was dead wrong. I was dead wrong, folks. There's a lot of intrigue that went on in this episode, right? First, the cleaner is dead. Then, Asahi, the little kid, goes missing. That was actually, well, it's not exactly the final scene, but it got Yukimura worried. Then, well, the other, her other cooperative, who all we thought is a male, well, binis siya mismo ng boss nila. It's actually a girl. Oh my God. Alright? It's nothing short of crazy, okay? This particular episode of Joran. Alright? Final scene. Janome finally shows himself. Siya pala yung naka-disguise na matandang babae na may kasamang aso. It was his plan all along to lure Asahi, which in turn would lure Yukimura out. Alright? At kasangkot pala niya yung cooperative ni yung kasamahan ni Yukimura na nagdadamay lalaki. Kasangkot pala ni Janome yun. That's scumbag. Alright? From the offset, I could never trust that character. Mas paniniwala ko ba yung Blondie? Mas paniniwalaan ko ba eh. Alright? But, don't get me wrong, guys. Wow. Okay? This was a tense episode. This was a tense episode. Although no blood has actually been spilled by Yukimura herself. Alright? Excuse me. Overall, another crazy good episode from this anime. It's another crazy good episode from this anime. Grabe. The pace, well, it's a little bit slow. Kasi no fight scenes, but there was a death scene here. Right? There was a death scene here. Alam natin lahat pinatay ang cleaner dito. Right? But they could have picked up the pace a little bit. Lalo na nung what you call this? Nung na-realize ni Yukimura that Asahi is actually missing. Right? Especially when she found those blood stains. Tapos merong blood stain handprint ni Asahi. Yun. Right? They could have picked up the pace a little bit more. A little bit more. Right? They could have picked up the pace. But the pace of this episode was, yeah, it's okay. Okay lang. Now, the flow. You could say the first gear shift here was the cross-dressing. The cross-dresser kills the cleaner. Inalabasan niya na suicide yun, pero get a clue. Alright? Then, the second and final gear shift came when Yukimura realized that Asahi is missing. Na mukhang dinukot. There were signs of a struggle. Ngayon, bloodstains, at saka yung handprint ni Asahi na may dugo, na duguan. That's the final gear shift, which led to, of course, the final scene. That old lady is actually Janame. The man Yukimura really is absolutely itching to kill. Right? You could understand the thirst for Yukimura's thirst for vengeance. But she might have a chance now kasi si Janame mismo ang dumukot kay Asahi. Right? Now, which leads me to the plot. Ganda. Right? I know I couldn't trust that cross-dresser. Okay? Now we all know she's a cross-dresser. A cross-dressing sellout. Okay? A cross-dressing bitch. Yung pala takuhan pala ni Janame. Right? But I never thought that she is actually a tool of Janame. Hindi ko akalain, alright? I always thought na maybe she, not a he. Because it's confirmed. He's a she. Alright? Kasi she might be working for herself, and but you could see it in her face that she intends to betray Nue. Pero I never thought na takuhan pala siya talaga ni Janame. Grabe. Hindi ako na-orient dun. But overall, yeah, it's another crazy episode from this anime. 3 episodes in. Okay? 3 episodes in. All crazy good episodes. So, Joran, the Princess of Snow and Blood, Episode 3. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. You know what? Joran is a really good anime. Okay? I'm telling you guys right now. Hindi pa tayo nakakalahati sa run niya. But I got a really good feeling that this anime is going to get better. This anime barely scratched the surface of its storyline. 3 episodes in pa lang, mga ganda na eh. Alright? Grabe tong anime na to. If you're into the espionage genre, this anime is for you. Right? If you're into supernatural, yup, this anime is definitely for you. Magandang mix niya. Okay, magandang mix niya of supernatural, espionage, and what you call this? Shoujo. Kasi the lead character is a female. Joran is really doing good. Okay? First 3 episodes, they're all crazy good. Right? And I got a good feeling it's gonna get better. It is going to get better. Right? So, Joran, the Princess of Snow and Blood, Episode 3. Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Oh, Twitch. So, walang teaser. Right? Walang teaser because, well, it actually, the final scene is the final scene of the episode. Okay? Kasi yung post-credits inano na ni-roll out na And as usual, well, no teasers. So it's our job now to watch the next episode. I just can't wait. I cannot wait for that showdown. Okay? Yukimura versus Janame. I cannot wait. Wow! Never have I seen the sport of boxing so what you call this? So exemplified. Okay? The last boxing anime that I saw was Knockout. Si Ipo Nakanochi. Alright? Basically, the pilot is what how the main protagonist started in the sport of boxing, right? But along the way, we are getting a history lesson here, right? Now, some of you don't know that boxing was invented by the Romans, mainly to entertain themselves. Ganun ka-brutal ang mga Romano. Alright? Aside from gladiator fights, they invented boxing. Kaya, noong time na yun, there were no weight classes, there's no time limit. Basically, there's no code of ethics in boxing. Alright? There's only one rule. Beat your opponent so badly until you win. Ganito rito, sa anime na to. Especially here in the pilot. Right? Cestus wins his first official match. Then the final scene, he sees he met this guy who's just about his age. Akala niya, friendly naman. Pero in-introduce sa main event. Siya pala yung main event. Siya pala yung main eventer. His name was Ruska. And wow, I see a rivalry here. I'm looking ahead right now. Okay? I am looking ahead right now and I am seeing a rivalry here. Cestus versus Ruska. Well, as a rule, if a slave wins 100 fights, his owner should give him his freedom. Well, if he wants to keep on winning, he better up his game, because down the road he will face off against Ruska on that road. Alright? So that's the final scene. Yung match ni Ruska na nakita mismo ni Cestus. Wow! Grabe! I never thought a historical anime would have this great pilot. Overall, like I said, it's a great pilot. Pace! Right? Moderate! It's neither fast nor slow. Moderate lang. It just gave us, it just showed us how Cestus began his road towards freedom, alright, towards boxing, and his eventual, the way I see it, there's a rivalry here between him and Ruska. So the pilot was moderately paced. Okay? And as much as, maintindihan nila. Flow! Ano bang gear shift dito? But his first unofficial win was against someone looked up si Rocco. Rocco na sino yun. But his name is actually Rocco, okay? Rocco is actually one of the most ancient things of all time. So you can actually trace this name back to Roman times. And what's the other gear? Well, the biggest gear shift here is Cestus' first official win. Right? And there is an unofficial gear shift here. Ruska's match win, which, I don't know probably what's going on through Cestus. What's going on in Cestus' mind right now is Wow. Down this time may face this guy. Okay. Down this time may face him. Well, you're on this game. And the plot well laid out. It was well laid out. At first, medyo medyo nagpulot ako eh. Okay, I should let the animation deceive me. Okay, so probably Cestus already flashing in front of the class. I think it's probably. I think he thinks he's dying. He's probably in the biggest match of his life. Right? And all of a sudden, the episode shows this. Pero okay lang. Maganda yun, no? Maganda yung pagkaka-layout ng plot. Don't get me wrong. So, it's a really great pilot. Okay? I can already put this as one of the best this spring 2021. It's one of the best. So, Cestus Roman Fighter Episode 1. Thumbs up. Oh. I'm not in bed right now, so I can't give the video. Thumbs up, alright? Thumbs up! Thumbs up is the official price rating of our this whole anime review. Anyway, if you are a boxing aficionado, or if you're a boxer yourself, amateur or pro, you'll definitely relate to this anime. You definitely relate to this anime. Because, well, number one, it gives you a history lesson on the origins of boxing. If you have sa mundo na the Romans invented boxing. I'm a history buff, alright? So I know that they invented boxing. But during those times, like I said a while ago, walang weight class, walang time limit, walang penalty, alright? No 3-knock rule. So no, beat your opponent so badly until you win. Or if you're a slave, you have to win 100 fights to gain your freedom. Kasi during Roman times, if you're a slave fighter or you're a gladiator or boxer, you lose the match. The emperor ordered to execute right away. Right? Or whoever's the superior, more likely the emperor, okay? You lose one match, you lose your head. It's sad part for boxers during those times. Kasi matalo lang sila isang beses, wala. Patutumba na sila ng emperor. Okay? So, you have to appreciate like modern boxers, not just modern boxers, but modern martial artists. Okay? Not just boxers. The grind they go through to be good at the sport. With this anime, you will appreciate it. You will appreciate it. Right? That's the value of Cestus Fighter. This anime. Ayaw pa lang, ayaw sila. Okay? Ayaw pa lang, sinasabi ko na. Okay. Cestus Fighter Episode 1. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Yeah, may teaser for the next episode. But, I don't rely on it kasi medyo, mali man o hindi, I wouldn't want to rely on teasers. But, you got entertainment value. Okay, so, let's just wait for the next episode. Kaiju! Kaiju alert! Nako! Right. So we now found out that these rodents, akala ko radon eh. Rodents are attracted to radio waves. Na-prove na ni Yun. Grabe. And he was able to communicate with May. They exchanged messages. Pinakita ni May yung parang nakita niyang flower na ganon. And medyo archaic ang dating eh. So she named it Archetype. Final scene. Ayun na. A submarine detects something that's coming at them. Big and fast. Ayun. The camera pans at mukhang kaiju to Pucha! But it's not Godzilla. Okay? It's a kaiju that can swim that fast. Right? Grabe. Overall, it's a great episode. Right? Yung pace niya bumilis nung matake ng mga rodan. So, the heroes found a way to distract them, but all of a sudden, in typical rodan fashion, they just drop like flies from the sky. Parang, napagtripan na nila yung Nagasio City bago sila pumanaw. Alright? The flow. Right? Okay, teka. Yung pace muna. The pace was understandably fast because we are in a crisis. Okay? They were facing a crisis, so syempre fast-paced. Then, it actually slowed down a bit. Then in the final scene, the kaiju alert comes around. Okay? So, tama lang. Balance yung pacing. The flow. What's the gear shift there? The only gear shift there I saw was this submarine detecting a kaiju and it's coming at them. Right? Nakatakot yun. The plot looks like Bones and Orange have finally agreed on a really solid plot for this episode, right? We all know it's being done by two great animation studios, Bones at saka Orange. So medyo nagja-jive na ang mga plot eh. Now for this episode, looks like these two animation studios have thrown something at us, thrown something worthwhile. That the rodents are just the appetizers. The main course is now. The main course is coming in the form of this kaiju. Halata namang kaiju eh. Ang laki. It's big and it swims really fast. Naabutan nga yung submarine eh. Naabutan yung submarine. Grabe. The plot here is almost nothing short of crazy good. Alright? Which makes this a great episode. Galing. So, Godzilla Singular Point Episode 3 deserves it. 2 thumbs up. Right? It's first 2 thumbs up. Bakit? Kasi, tignan nyo ha, final scene pa lang. Okay? Final scene pa lang. We now have an indication that the rodents, hindi yun ang pinaka-crisis na mararanasan ng mga bida. Here comes this kaiju. Mukhang it's coming to shore. And it already outran that submarine. And laki niya. Right? So there's the there's the anticipation factor that Well, the Rodans are just heralds to this kaiju. So the real crisis is coming. The real crisis is coming. Talagang pinaramdam sa akin ng final scene. And there are bits and pieces as to how the lead characters are going to deal with this. Okay? So medyo konting deep dive factor here. May konting deep dive factor in the form of this cube na binigay ni Professor Lee kay sa babaeng bida, right? Which she deduces as an archetype of a microorganism, pero now here's my conspiracy theory about that. That archetype she's holding is probably the key to averting the crisis that's about to happen, that's about to come to Japan. Alright? That is the siguro that holds the key. That little thing, that little cube like that. Right? Maybe the key to averting this crisis. Right? So, in as much as 3 episodes, this anime is slowly getting the hang of it. Okay? It's slowly getting there as to what is actually about to happen. Okay? So, hindi na tayo binibitin ng Bones and Orange about the disaster that's going to happen. Right? Looks like an impending kaiju revolution is about to happen. Okay? That's my theory. So, konting deep dive factor na rin ang anime because of this episode. So again, Godzilla Singular Point, Episode 3. 2 thumbs up. Okay? 2 thumbs up, Twitch. In typical Godzilla Singular Point fashion, no teasers. Uso ngayon yan, ano? Walang teasers for the next episode. But anyway, as your friendly neighborhood anime reviewer, I'll just have to wait for the next episode. No, we'll just have to wait for the next episode. Medyo exciting na ang Godzilla Singular Point. Wow! Grabe ang episode na to. Alright. Now, the current generation of anime fans now know how much of a maldita Anna is. Grabe. Okay. That's why I describe her as a yandere. It's because of this. How she what's called this? How she comes the laziness out of it's astounding. It's fucking astounding. Even up now, even during the original series, talagang wow. Talagang maldita. Shaman na maldita pa. Alright? Then after si Jun. Okay? Kapatid ni Ren. Kapatid niya. Who has a corpse guardian named Lee Payon. Was a he's the Shaman King equivalent to Bruce Lee. Natalo ni Yo si Jun. So, kumiwala yung spirit ni Pyron, and he thought, so he called Jun back and requested that he be her guardian ghost now. Wala talisman. So, you know, final scene. Well, we got into another shaman. Right? episode 3 pa lang to. Mukhang. Overall, it is a fucking great episode. Grabe. Yung pace, okay? Excuse me. Yung pace, I really like it. Because, it knew, the episode 2 when to slow down. Kasi, you had to let the audience understand Byron's backstory on how he became Tao Jun's corpse. Right? Kailangan naiintindihan ko personally. I never knew that Lee Byron had this backstory. Kasi parang, hindi ko matandaan na. I could not remember this part in the series. I could not remember this part. Pero, thanks to this reboot, now I know. Tamang-tama ng pacing. Right? Although it has a battle scene, it has a fight scene. Tamang-tama ng pacing. And, the flow, issue number 1 was, well, Talton introduced and Lee Byron. Right? Ang asimante ba? Bakit si Byron? Ang ginawa mo? Idol pala ng manta yun. Si Byron. Idol pala ng manta yun. Leadership number 2. So, well, nakakaya na. Kasi, this is not a good thing. Leadership number 3, of course, when Anna was finally able to summon Byron's former teacher, isinalin sa katawan ni Hope, that turned right. And ni Yosef. So in the process, natalo rin niya si Tao Jun. Grabe. 3 leaderships in one episode. Vintage Shaman King. Okay? Vintage Shaman King. And the plot, galing. Just when we thought that Anna was in the entire episode, whoa! Other steps in to challenge yun nga, si Jun. And si Byron. Yung we were speaking her guardian ghost. Right? Tama yung tama yung plot. Tama. And at the same time, it was an exciting plot. Okay? So, Shaman King 2021, episode 3. 2 thumbs up. Okay? 2 thumbs up. Wow. Okay. Now we have, there are 48 episodes more in Shaman King 2021's run. Pero, ganito kaaga pa lang, exciting na. Okay? We still have 49 episodes left in the run. Pero, ganito kaaga. Episode na ganito exciting na. Right? So, I couldn't believe that fans of the original series and manga are all hyped up right now. Pero strangely enough, parang hindi na nung before spring, parang hindi na it was announced. Pero I didn't believe it was hype. All in good. All in good. Kasi baka masira yung mysticism brought about by the original series back then. Okay? So, yeah. It's a pretty exciting time right now for Shaman King fans. Both of the anime and the manga. Okay? Especially yung manga kasi dito sa reboot, talaga mukhang sinusunod nila ang manga eh. All 35 volumes of it. really looks like following the manga to the letter. Right? Kaya, there are some parts na talagang hindi naman ng the original series. And it's a totally deserving take on Shaman King. Yeah, it's a real treat for us. Not just for Shaman King fans like me and some, but for all anime fans. Because, well, a true classic has been repeated. Shaman King. So again, Shaman King 2021 episode 3. Hindi ko maintindihan itong teacher sa this episode. But, I'm not here. All I have to do is wait for it, then watch it. Galing. Alright? Now we know the origin story of, well, the 86. Okay? Isa pala silang distrito. That was, should we say, it was a district made by racists. Right? Yeah, magandang episode na to. Very socially relevant. Okay? Lena is part of this this elitist military pala. Okay? Na sinasabi pala sa publiko na the ones fighting their war are drones. Yun pala piloted by the citizens of the 86th district. They're encased in a wall. A district all on their own. Why? Kahit iba itsura nila. They don't have silver hair. Okay? Lahat sila. Hindi silver ang buhok. So, they're thrown there at sila pinapalaban sa kalaban. Galing. Wow. Alright? Reminds me a lot of what Attack on Titan final season did. Or, well, this is shades of the Attack on Titan manga. Wherein, the good Eldians get to fight the Marlians' war. Okay? But here, it is much worse. Okay? It's much worse. The 86 do not get to cooperate. Okay? They are required, they are obligated to fight the Republic's war for them. Gets ko na. Alright? And we also saw how Undertaker fights. Galing siya. Galing talaga. At medyo nagkakasundo naman sila ng handler niya, si Lena. Which is also good. Pero, Lena has known the truth for quite a while. Na hindi mga robot tong kausap niya. Mga totoong tao to. Alright? Ganda. The underlying topic probably of this whole storyline is racism. Napaka-relevant ngayon yan. Alright? Especially in the US. Overall, it is a really good episode. This particular episode probably told the entire backstory of the storyline. Okay? Every storyline has a backstory, you know. Okay? So, nung episode 1 talagang hindi ko nagtindihan bakit ganito, bakit gano'n. Okay. They're not clearly explained it in this episode. Right? The pace, it went from fast to slow when Lena's front was was shown. Right? It became slow. But all the while, fast or slow, it was tense. Lalo nung i-explain ni Lena sa mga kadete. Okay, we all know she's a major, so she has every right to interfere in the lesson. The flow, well, there weren't any gear shifts during the first half of the episode, right? There weren't any gear shifts, but during the slow part, yeah, there was a gear shift, and that was the time when Lena interfered in the instructor's lesson to tell the cadets the truth about this war, right? Undertaker and the rest of his crew are fighting their war. Lena is fighting her own. Okay, this episode clearly portrayed two sides of this war. Okay, Lena is fighting for the rights of Undertaker and the rest of the 86, while Undertaker is of course soldiering on. He's of course soldiering on kasi he is a soldier. So tuloy pa rin ang laban niya. The plot, very unique ang pagkaka-plot nito. The final scene came as part of a post-credit scene. Right? Akala ko tapos yung pala hindi pa. Alright? Na hindi ako na-audiate dun. Okay. This anime has a really good way of delivering the final scene. Okay? It's a post-credit. Okay? Sana ganito parati. Right? I love it. I love the way they plotted this episode. I was caught off guard. Akala ko tapos na kasi post-credits na Then, boom! This long post-credit scene, which vital to the episode. Kasi kinausap na ni Lena yung buong unit na hinahandle niya, yung unit ni Undertaker. So, kumbaga heart to heart talk na talaga. Right? This was the human part of the episode. Right? I love the way this episode was plotted. Sana in all succeeding episodes, ganito parati. I love it. I'm a sucker for that. Okay? I'm a sucker for post-credit scenes. So, 86 episode 2. 2 thumbs up. I thought this was going to be another boring war episode. Talagang hindi ako na-orient sa post-credit scene na yun. Right? I really thought the episode was over. So nung nag-roll out na yung post-credits. I love the way 86 is being presented to us. Right? Bukod pa sa the way they plot things in an episode, they are tackling probably one of the most relevant issues right now, right? At least in first world countries, racism, Asian hate is rampant right now. So this anime is extremely relevant, right? If you absolutely hate racism, this is one of the animes for you. Who doesn't hate racism? Okay? You're a Nazi if you love racism. Right? Only a Nazi would love that. So, dito, it's a clear case of racism. Yung ginawa sa lahi nilang Undertaker. Alright? It's a clear case of racism. So, if you want to get enlightened on how racism operates, watch this anime. Watch this episode of 86. Okay? So again, 86 episode 2. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up mga ka-lifestyle. So, How do they tease you the next episode? Just the title. Right? But anyway, I love, this one was a really great episode. Okay? If you want to start watching this anime, you can start by watching episode 2. Okay? You can start by watching episode 2. Now, episode 1 is just optional. This is where the actual storyline began. Okay? I think this is where the actual storyline began. Okay? So, let's just wait for the next episode. As expected from aristocratic families, there's internal intriga. Alright? So, I wasn't surprised, actually, with what transpired in the first 2/3 of the episode. Okay? So, there was a particular scene here na talagang, what's called this? Nag-angasan yung magkamag-anak, si Kate at si Sarah. So, yung pala ang mismong trabaho ng isang living doll. Okay? To mimic the moves of his or her shadow master. Okay? Kasi walang mukha eh. Walang mukha yung shadow eh. So, the living doll now serves as the face. So, kung ano yung actuations ng shadow master niya, ginagaya niya. Right? Caught in between. I feel sorry for Emilico here. Okay? I feel sorry for Emilico. Na-caught in between siya. Since she is the living doll of Kate. But, inassure naman ni Kate na everything's fine. Okay? Parati pala siyang iniinsulto ng mga ibang kamag-anak niya. She was the one being called as Little Miss Failure. Okay, so, medyo pinersonal ni Emilico yun. She took it really personally. Talagang sumama loob niya. Final scene. It got focused on Mia saying goodnight to her master, si Sarah. Maldita rin, ha? Mabait naman to si Mia, tapos ang amo naman niya, maldita. Okay? So, went back into her room, which was filled with soot. Okay, puro abo. Kung ano yung dumi ng kwarto ng amo niya, before she came in, yun din ang dumi doon sa kwarto, yung sa mismong kwarto niya. Alright? Wow. And the title of the next episode intrigued me. Oh my God. The final scene was a bit disturbing. Okay? It was a bit disturbing. Kasi handprints ng soot na bakit meron isang living doll na ganito? Bakit? Right? Overall, it's a really good episode. Right? The pace, well, medyo naging fast-paced kasi in-invite na si Emilico na makilinis sa buong bahay. All the living dolls were there. They were cleaning this really big part of the house. And yun, medyo naging fast-paced. Saka may kanta pala sila eh. May kanta pala sila. So, when it comes to serving their individual masters, talagang trabaho lang, walang personalan. But Emilico being the new one, so she really took it personally. Halata naman eh. Yung flow naman, the only gear shift here that I saw was the final scene. Alright? Talagang, you can call this day in the life episode. Okay, kung ano yung buhay-buhay ng mga living doll. It's not just Emilico. Okay? We got introduced to other living dolls like Mia, Rosemary, I forgot the other one's name, yung Tahimik. Okay, yung Tahimik. So, we we got introduced to other living dolls and their names. Alright? So, yeah. Maganda yung flow. Okay? The gear shift, the only gear shift I saw here was during the final scene. Yung, ano to? Kwarto ng living doll to ah. Bakit may mga handprints filled with soot? Okay? Puro abo. Halos kasing dumi ng kwarto ng mga shadow. Okay? The morning, in the morning talagang marumi kasi puro abo eh. Right? And the plot, well, what can I say about the plot? It's really nice. It's nicely done. It showed, it gave us a deep dive. It gave us a deep dive on how a living doll's day on what a living doll's day looks like. Okay, so from time to time, magsasanib puwersa silang lahat para linisin yung buong bahay. Pero individually, their priority is their own master. Kaya I think Emilico should learn to separate business from pleasure, right? Kasi although naging magkaibigan sila ni Mia serves Sarah and Emilico serves Kate. Ang maras lang ni Emilico, Kate is being treated as the bottom of the rung here. She's being treated like garbage here. Inobol siya. Inangasan siya ng gusto ni Sarah dito. And all Mia had no choice but to follow her master, syempre. Okay? She had no choice. So, the thing about, okay, we now know how these living dolls function on a day-to-day basis. Kaya maganda yung pagkaka-portray niya. So, the plot was nicely done. The plot was really nicely done. Yeah, overall, it's a really good episode. Okay? It's continuing the trend. Okay? It's continuing the trend of really good episode 2s this anime season. Right? Pakailan na ba to? Really good episode. Okay, kanina, 86. So, as I was saying, it's a really good episode. Kasi talagang pinakita rito kung ano ang buhay ng isang living doll eh. Which, syempre, right now, hanggang ngayon nakakapapa rin si Emilico. But due to that, that incident na inangasan ni Sarah si Kate, alright? That was a reality check. Okay? If that ain't a reality check to you, I don't know what is. Okay? Yung pa lang, I already get the idea. So, Shadow's House Episode 2. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. As I was saying a while ago before I realized this phone is getting low in battery. It continues the trend of great episode 2s this week. Right? So, amongst the review roster, I just gave 86 the 2 thumbs up. This one. And I forgot the episode 2s that I also gave the 2 thumbs up last time over Twitch. I already forgot. Basta, it's continuing the trend. This particular episode 2 is continuing that trend na talagang basta episode 2 maganda. Okay? There's a trend this week. Now, I don't know about the other animes that I'm not reviewing, of course. So, I see a trend here. So again, Shadow's House Episode 2. Thumbs up! Thumbs up mga ka-stars! Title of the next episode has been teaser. Ganun eh. Yun na talaga makukuha natin sa anime natin. But, last time, nothing was teaser. Okay? So, I'm expecting this to be a trend for this particular anime. Na title lang to the next episode ang iti-teaser. So, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. At least, we're going to get a micro idea of how the episode will transpire. Right? So, tutok na tayo. Wow! Alright. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. Well, basically, the lead character has had enough of being a coward. He's been a coward the past 12 years. And this is his opportunity to save a life. Right? You can't come in here half-assed. So that became his mindset in the final scene. Right? Puro drama. Puro drama in the first half of the episode. Nabugbog din ako. Then finally, final scene. He challenges the ringleader of the fight club he's in. Nasisiraan pa siya ng bait. Well, everybody's thinking that way. Right? Everybody's thinking that way. So, for me, it's, yeah. Overall, it's a really good episode. Okay? Yung pace, first half of the episode, mabagal. Then, it picked up noong nag-usap-usap siya ng magbabarkada sa CR. Alright? So, Takuya is next to fight. Hindi naman marunong, hindi pala sanay sa suntukan itong isang barkada nila. Pero, siya ang nilagay sa card. Right? Siya ang nilagay sa card. Then, biggest issue here was when, Takemichi challenged the ringleader. Right? Laking gulat nga na lahat eh. Kahit yung barkada niya. I thought, are you fucking crazy? Kabubugbog mo lang sa tao to ng isang araw. Hindi pa gumagaling yung mga pasa mo. Eto ka nga, hinakaamon mo siya. But, his mind's made up. Like he said, he's through running. So the plot, okay lang. Okay lang yung plot. Kasi, you can consider this a reality check episode. Right? The goal of saving keeping his ex from getting killed was more than motivation enough for him and Naoto to be doing this. Right? He just reminded himself of that. Right? So everything that has happened in this episode, it all came to a head. It all came to a head when he challenged that ringleader. Alright? Kaya, maganda yung plot. Okay? Maganda siya. So again, overall, it's a really good episode. Alright? It continues the trend of this week's trend of really good episodes. Alright? At least in our roster. Right? Now, I don't know how the other episode 2s of other animes are faring. Right? Kasi alam ko, dito sa roster na to, may trend na nangyayari. Right? We have been treated, okay? We have been treated with a lot of good episode 2s this week. Right? So, Tokyo Revengers episode 2, thumbs up. Okay? Back-to-back 2 thumbs up ng anime na to. I'm gonna tell you another reason why. Again, like I said in my review of the pilot, it is a whole new take on isekai. You know, but kasi mas glass me, mas true to life ito. There have been a lot of TikTok videos about time travel and actual occurrences of time travel na nakita ko TikTok, even on YouTube, even here on YouTube. There are videos that show that someone has traveled through time. Kaya medyo true to life ang pagka-isekai nito. Right? Medyo true to life. It's not being transformed to another dimension, or reality, or all this, or an outright time travel like yung pumasok siya sa isang lugar or sa isang time machine. No. All it takes for Takemichi to trigger his time travel powers is a handshake with Naoto. Okay? Naoto is the link. Okay? Naoto is actually the trigger to his powers. Isang handshake lang. He's back in 2005. Okay? He's back in 2005. Ngayon, ang hitch dyan, hindi niya makahanap agad si Naoto in 2005. Just like what he almost did in this episode. Katok siya sa bahay nila. Yung sumulong sa kanya, yung ate ni Naoto, yung namatay. Si Hina. He calls her Hina. Yung girlfriend. He has that privilege of shortening his girlfriend's name to his own convenience. Alright? Say girlfriend. Okay? So, yeah. It's a totally different take on isekai. If you're a fan of isekai animes, this one's for you. Definitely. Right? Pero, it's a lot more closer to life than we can normally think. Right? There have been several accounts of actual time travel throughout history. And there is proof that time travelers do exist. Okay? So, Takemichi's time travel story is not far-fetched. Pwede mangyari yan. Yeah, pwede. So that's why I gave it a 2 thumbs up. So again, Tokyo Revengers episode 2, 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up, mga lifestyle. Well, as usual, in the mold of The Promised Neverland and Beastars, no teasers. Wala! No teasers. So it's our job now, as both anime fans and critics, that we should wait for the next episode so that we can watch it and deep dive into it. Whoa! Grabe! I'm gonna put you up to speed as to why I am so hyped after watching this. Roa shows himself he's the only character in this anime who is more self-centered than Luke. Okay? Proven na yan. He challenges Mimi, who also happens to be the president of Goa Corp, and wins. Pero ang condition kasi, if he wins, he gets to talk to Otis. But the moment he sealed the victory, Otis escapes. Otis is no. Otis escapes from jail. So, yun yung makakausap naman. Final scene. Well, nagkaroon ng trouble sa Asas into trouble. So, yung dalawa niyang Alipores that formed the team with Yuga, they had to withdraw. Siyempre, unahin muna nila yung amo nila. So, Yuga is left without a team. Who does he recruit? Roa and Neil. Woo! If that ain't a dueling dream team to you, I don't know what is. Here's the thing. I haven't seen this powerful team since Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Team 5Ds pa. Alright? That's why I am so hyped. This is a dueling dream team. The way I see it, puro lang paso aabutin ng mga kalaban dito. Imagine, si Yuga, si Roa, at si Neil magkasama sa isang team. Alright? The inventor of Rush Duels and probably the first rock and roll Rush duelist, si Roa, and the man who invented the maximum summon, they're all in the same team. Aminin man natin o hindi, he invented the maximum summon. Si Neil. Sumalot ng si Yuge. Okay? He was the one who incorporated the coding for maximum summon sa Rush Duel format. Siya mismo umimbento nun. Okay? Wow! Probably the most awesome final scene of this particular Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. Alright? Overall, wow! Probably the best, hindi naman. One of the best episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. Alright? Not only because of the final scene, but also of the duel between Roa and Mimi. Right? Ganda. I am so excited. Okay? The pace. Why do I get the feeling that every time Roa duels, kakaiba yung pagka-fast-paced na duel? Alright? I am warning you. Kung hindi ka sanay manood ng Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, do not watch this episode. Okay? You would not understand the pace. Okay? You would not understand the pace of this episode. Bakit ganun dapat kabilis? Okay? Grabe yung pace. Okay? Grabe yung pace. Which carried over to the final scene. Okay? Which carried over to the final scene. The flow. Okay. Gearship number 1. Roa challenges the Goha president. Okay? In all his arrogant glory, he challenges Mimi to a duel. But, here's one, I think this is a plot twist. Kasi, the helmet was able to control Mimi herself. Okay? Na mind control nito si Mimi. Now, whoever created this helmet, I think it had only one thing in mind. Whoever wears it becomes the president of Goha, but the helmet runs the show. Okay? Diabolical. The way I think of it now, parang, whoa, I don't want to wear that helmet. Okay? I don't want to wear that helmet. Okay? Parang ano yun eh? Parang yung cursed mask sa JoJo's Bizarre Adventure yun. The moment you wear that, you become a vampire. Parang ganun yun eh. Parang ganun yan. Makakontrol ka pa nito. Okay? Parang ganun ang dating yan eh. And gearship number 2, Otis escapes. Just when, right at the very moment, Roa wins the duel. He escapes. Sabi nga ni Roa, linchak na Otis na yun, no? Kung kailang nakakausap ko na siya, tumakas pa. Wala akong magagawa, Roa. Okay. Otis is number 1 on Goha's most wanted list. Okay? He's #1 on Goa's most wanted list. So, he'll do everything he can to escape. It's a rather tight cell yung pinaglagyan niya. Nakatakas pa! Alright? Final gear shift, of course. Yuga announces his new team. Consisting of him, Roa, and Neil. Grabe! That would probably be the biggest gear shift so far in this anime. Because Yuga was able to recruit his 2 biggest rivals. Okay? These are 2 of his biggest rivals. But hindi ko pa nalilista si Luke dun eh. But Luke has yet to Luke has yet to really beat Yuga. Okay? Kasi si Roa, muntik na niya matalo si Yuga. Neil, of course, tinalo niya si Yuga nun. Si Yuga una niya sinampulan ng kanyang maximum summon. Okay? So, it's a dream team. A dueling dream team. Yuga has assembled. Alright? I feel sorry for the other teams. Especially yung team nila Luke, Romin, tsaka ni Gakuto. They might not stand the chance themselves. Okay? They might not stand the chance. Grabe itong episode na to. Matinding cambio talaga yun. Yung huli. And the plot, well laid out. Alright? With the type of plot twist that you would not expect. Okay? The plot was well laid out. No, it's not just the duel script. Okay? It's not just the flow of the duel. Pero I think the flow of the duel carried over to the final scene. Right? Spilled over pala. It spilled over so nicely. Spilled over so nicely. Kaya, I'm impressed with the plot of this film. The total plot of this episode. Grabe. Woo! That's a dueling dream team. Like I said, probably the strongest dueling team since Team 5Ds. Sila Jack, Yusei, tsaka si Crow. Alright? Pero, in their own show, they're considered underdogs. But when they beat Team New World, alright, they became gods. They became dueling gods. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's episode 44. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. I gotta get a drink. There's a bit of Yuga announcing his team was a bit of a fan service moment. Okay? It was a bit of a fan service moment for me. Why? Kasi it quickly reminded me of Team 5Ds. Sa Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Consisted of course, Yusei, si Jack, at si Crow. Yung tatlong magkababata. Alright? They all have contrasting styles. Of course, Yusei, the thinking duelist yan. Si Jack naman, the go-getter. Okay? Who always aims to start. He always makes it a point to start out strong in a duel. Right? Si Crow naman, I think is the most patient of the team. He's the most patient. Maglalabas na muna sila ng mga low attack na Blackwing. Tsaka kanya babalatan na malalakas. Ganun lang yan. Right? Other decks are nothing short of iconic in the card game. Okay? Of course, Blackwing, the Crow. Right? It's an iconic archetype. It was once meta during the 5Ds era. Nearly every player who's regularly competing was using a Blackwing deck at the time. Ganong kalakas yun. Right? Then later on, Konami released the structure deck Yusei. For a time, naging meta siya. And for a time, okay, I did use a Blackwing deck at the time, pero ano na nun, R5 era na. Then, Blackwing, then, Resonator, yung kay Jack. Okay, the one that has Red Dragon Arch Queen, yan. Gumakita ko yan. Then, of course, yung SD28, I did my own version of it. So, yan, gumagamit ako yan. Okay? All of their decks are fun to use in real life. Yung mga deck ng Team 5Ds. So, and I'm hoping that the decks used by Yuga, Roa, and Neil will catch on in the Rush Duel format. Kasi pang Rush Duel lang talaga yung mga cards eh. So, that'll be a real treat for Rush Duel for players who are exclusively Rush Dueling. Okay. Ito ang Team 5Ds ngayon. Yung binuong team ni Yuga. Kaya, for me, I'm excited. Okay? If Konami releases the cards of these three as they release OCG prints, maraming gagamit. Marami talagang gagamit. So again, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's episode 44. Buti ko na sabihin 5Ds. 2 thumbs up. Okay? 2 thumbs up. So title of the next episode has been teasered. Well, ayoko muna. I don't want to spoil you guys. Let's just watch the next episode. Wow! Grabe. But anyway, what okay, I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna tell you now. There was a really serious gear shift that happened here, right? So Irene Adler runs free, and Sherlock Holmes probably now has an idea of who the Lord of Crime actually is. But before that, sumitrip muna yung magkakapatid na Moriarty to Sherlock's own brother, si Mycroft Holmes, right? Yung head ng, I think he's the head of Scotland Yard ngayon. So, kumbaga, both police and espionage functions meron siya. He has both of them. He practically is the British government. Now, kaya pala, Mycroft is is doing all he can to protect this document na ninako ni Irene. The Holmes family has a dirty little secret in those documents. Okay? Basta, the main proponent of the French Revolution, si Robespierre, that's not his real name. Right? I'm going to leave you guys to watch this episode. Okay? To watch this episode in order na ma-figure out nyo kung ang ibig kong sabihin. Bakit dirty little secret ng Holmes family ang French Revolution? Alright? Shocking nga eh. Mycroft Holmes himself revealed that secret to the Moriartys. Alright? Grabe. Final scene. Well, it's now obvious. Irene has joined the Moriartys. And she has assumed a new identity. Kasi, pinalabas ng mga Moriartys na patay na si Irene. Even Sherlock knows. Okay? Even Team Sherlock knows. Pero, deep inside, Sherlock doesn't buy the story at all. So, he burns that, yung deal nila ng Lord of Crime, yung letter na if ever na Chupa Chenes na patay na si Irene, buksan mo to and find me. Nope, he did not open it. Instead, he burned it. Okay, we're gonna deep dive into that scene later. So basta, Irene Adler has joined the Moriartys, and she's now using a new identity. Kakatawa ng piniling pangalan eh. Grabe. I'm not gonna tell you the name. Just watch the episode. overall, it's a fucking good episode. Okay? Vintage, Moriarty the Patriot. Okay? Talagang, the Moriartys have done a screw job this time. Talagang legit, talagang, if this isn't a screw job to you, I don't know what is. Para na makaliko sila ng, para makakuha na sila ng bagong member sa organization nila. Okay? A spy as good as Irene Adler. The pace, understandably moderate. Kasi so much has happened. Kasi, it led us to a web of lies that need to be clarified and what you call this? Yeah, basically need to be clarified for the audience's sake. Okay, so the pace was moderate. Okay, enough for even the average viewer to understand what is really going on. What is really going on? Alam natin na Irene has lived through lies, and so are the Moriartys. Excuse me. I love my tea. The flow, first gear shift, is when Sherlock struck a deal with the Lord of Crime. Because he wants to make sure that Irene is safe. Kasi ang mabigat na sikreto yung dala niya. And, okay, let's deep dive into that scene where Mycroft reveals the Holmes family's dirty little secret that is also in those papers. In effect, okay, Mycroft is doing his best to keep this secret under wraps. Okay? Kasi talagang disgrace sa pamilya nila ito eh. Itong pag nalaman ng iba to. But the Moriartys now know it. The Moriartys now know it. And I think Sherlock knows it already. Biggest gear shift of this episode, of course, the final scene. Irene has decided to join the Moriartys and assume a new identity kasi everyone knows that she's dead already. Talaga pinalabas ng mga Moriarty na patay na siya. So, yeah. Right? And what an awesome final scene it was. Grabe. Even Albert was surprised, but William and Louis, nope, they're not surprised at all. I think they were expecting this. Okay. So, the plot. Superb. Right? I am a sucker for plots this elaborate. Okay? Especially when it comes to crime animes. Talagang magsasawa kayo. It's like the perfect keto recipe. Right? It's the kind of keto dish that you will have no problem eating over and over and over again. Ganon ang dating sa akin ng plot ng episode na to. Right? Talagang it was well laid out as an understatement. Talagang pinagplanuhan ito. And down to the slightest detail. Okay? Malinis. Okay? Malinis yung plot. No, except for the choice of Irene's new name. Bakit ganun? Nilagyan nyo na ng E eh. Iba na pangalan. Pero anyway, despite that, plot was superb. Okay. Talagang, if you're a connoisseur of the crime anime, you would probably worship this episode. Okay? You would probably worship this episode. So, Moriarty the Patriot Moriarty the Patriot second season episode 3. 2 thumbs up. Thumbs up. Need I say more? But to find out that Mycroft Holmes is doing his darndest to keep these papers a secret kasi involved pala ang pamilya niya rito. Alright? You would really wonder if history actually was true. Okay? Through this episode. Kasi isip mo, okay, the French Revolution, one of the greatest overthrows in monarchy in the history of mankind, right? This was actually it was actually inspired by the American Revolution. Kasi ang American Revolution started during the Declaration of Independence, di ba? 1776. So then, almost 100 years later, almost, I think, several decades later, the French Revolution na. This episode is making me wonder if there's a backstory to, if there's actually a backstory to the French Revolution. Grabe! Maganda yung malinis yung pagkaka-plot ng episode na to, I tell you guys. Alright? It is well worth the watch. It is well worth the deep dive. Grabe ang deep dive factor ng episode na to. It will make you breathe second thoughts about what you know in world history. Okay? Yeah. Moriarty the Patriot has done it again. So again, Moriarty the Patriot, second season, episode 3. Well, title of the next episode has been teaser. I've heard that the title of the anime parang title din ng isang Sherlock Holmes book yun eh. I'm not sure, pero it does ring a bell. It does ring a bell. But hey, there's nothing to trust in this teaser kasi title lang eh. So, all we have to do is watch it. Yoshida has become first taste of a somewhat sticky situation, right? Yung girl, yung co-worker niya na merong sa kanya, inadvertently talks to Sayu, who just went out, right? Eh, hinahanap din siya ni Yoshida kasi the moment he came home, wala siya doon. So, siyempre, hinahanap niya. Yun. Kita-kita tatlo. Alright? Potential love triangle in the series. Okay? Potential love triangle to. The way I see it. Final scene. Well, nagkaroon na ng agreement between Yoshida and Sayu that they are living together. At sinabi naman din ni Yoshida na he has no feelings for Sayu. Okay? At saka, the real reason why he's keeping her there kasi ever since she came, life became more interesting. Right? So, medyo, well, partly because of her, inayos na niya yung buhay niya. So, he told Sayu to keep living in his house until she herself feels that she needs to get home na. Hanggang sa hindi naman sa pagsapat. Hanggang makaramdam na siya ng the need to go back home. Okay? Maganda naging turnout ng episode. Maganda naging turnout. Overall, it's a good one. Okay? It's a good one. And there are a lot of slice of life moments here. Okay? But let's not get ahead of ourselves first. Okay? Pace muna. Of course, slow but fast enough to make you deep dive. Okay? Fast enough to get you into deep dive mode. Ano nga bang? Pagka ba? Why is Yoshida still letting Sayu stay at his house? Okay? And why is Sayu still putting up with Yoshida's indifference? Alright? Although na pinoprovide lang siya ni Yoshida. Right? Being, well, she is a minor. Right? So responsibility siya talaga ni Yoshida. And yun, the pace was generally for the entire episode reasonably slow. This is a romance anime. Okay? This is a romance anime. Para maintindihan mo yung mga complications na dumating sa episode na to. Right? So, yeah, the pace was not justifiably, but slow enough to make you deep, slow, but fast enough to make you deep dive. Okay? So, in other words, may deep dive factor ng episode ito. Flow naman. I think there are only two gear shifts I saw here. First, yung nakita-kita si Yoshida, si Mishima, at si Sayu. Right? Because that Sayu ran away. Is trying to run away. Okay? Until na yun nakita siya ni Mishima, sinamahan muna kasi ano yata in Japan, if you're below 18 and you're outside this time of day, pwede kang huli ng pulis. Okay? Pwede kang huli ng pulis. Pwede kang arestuhin. Okay? Or iuwi ka ng pulis sa inyo. Okay? Uuwi ka may pulis na kasama. Okay? Which is quite embarrassing to parents. Even here. Uuwi ang you're a parent. May anak kang gumala ng ganitong oras ang hindi mo alam. Then, all of a sudden, he comes home with a policeman. Okay? Umuwi siya na may pulis sa kasama. Okay? That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing to parents. Okay? That's embarrassing. And the last gear shift I saw here was when Yoshida leveled with Sayu. Okay? So he's not in love with her. He's not in love. Wala siyang feelings kay Sayu. But he's keeping her because life became flat out more interesting. That's how I read between his lines. Okay, that's how I read between his lines. And the plot, medyo na-predict ko na eh. Okay, medyo na-predict ko na. Yung pag-meet nila Sayu, Mishima at saka ni Yoshida, medyo na-foresee ko na. Okay? When I thought, nung nakita ni Sayu na inaakap ni Mishima si Yoshida, I thought, nako, mukhang makikita-kita ang tatlong to at some point. But, hindi ko in-expect that within the same episode. Within the same episode na makikita-kita silang tatlo. Alright? Hindi ako na-orient doon. yeah, overall, it's a good episode, right? It's a good episode. So, Higehiro episode 3. Bakit? Well, they could have given Mishima more a more relevant reaction to how how Yoshida and Sayo are connected. Okay? Sana they could have made Mishima a little jealous. Hindi yung kailang passive. Okay, sige. Yun yung explanation. Parang ganun lang. Hindi. I see a love triangle. I see a love triangle here. Dapat pinaselos nila si Mishima rito. It shouldn't be just Sayo. Kasi nagpakita na selos si Sayo. Nagpakita na selos si Sayo dito. Right? Nagpakita siya na selos. But Mishima, hindi ako convinced sa kanya. Hindi ako convinced na naging reaction niya. Come on! You got the hots for Yoshida. At least tell the audience that you're not down with this. At least tell the audience that you're not at the slightest down with this. Right there and then. Diba? Sana ganon. Okay, to make the episode more interesting and to give it a good setup for a love triangle. Pero siguro down the road, it might end up as that. It might end up as that. Pero if Mishima had that kind of a reaction, I might have given this, given Higehiro its very first 2 thumbs up. Right? Itong episode na siyang 3 episodes na siyang 1 thumb up sa akin. Yun lang. Right? So, may kulang na naman sa episode. So again, Higehiro episode 3. Now, I'm not sure if I've already given this anime the 2 thumbs up. Okay? Kasi nakatatlong episodes. Pero it's more likely that I have, episode 1 thumb up lang. Okay? I'm not sure about episode 2. So, if you haven't seen my review of Higehiro episode 2, I strongly suggest you watch that review now. And give me some confirmation in the comments. Okay? I really want to put my mind at ease with that. Okay? So, next episode has been teasered. Let's just watch it and see what happens. The various things this alien life form has encountered. But I think it wasn't prepared to meet March, the little feisty girl who was about to be sacrificed. Right? Wow. He was already he was already a carcass. Then in front of March, he regenerates. Grabe. That was disturbing. Okay? It's probably the most disturbing scene probably the most disturbing moment of this anime so far. Alright? Here's what's sad about this boy. Okay? It's what's sad about him. He still has the personality of the wolf. Alright? So, alright, nakakawa. I feel sorry for him kasi he is yet to acquire human attributes. Pag-uugali, the concept of good and evil, on how to, well, humans know how to feed themselves. He hasn't shown that. Kinilangan pa niyang bigyan ng puppy eye look itong batang ito para bigyan siya ng pagkain. Right? Talagang aso. Talagang aso kung umaste. Pero nagkatawang tao siya. So, final scene. I don't know what got into March, but she's going to treat this boy like it's her, like she has a child already. Parang feeling nanay na siya. Alright? But, nakakatuwa. Right? Nakakatuwa rin yung final scene. Right? Overall, it's a good episode. It's a good episode. Kasi, tandaan nyo, okay, this is neither, well, this is borderline supernatural and sci-fi. Pero, it's all drama. Alright? The way March treated this alien life form, parang baliwala sa kanya eh. She actually saw him come back to life. Talagang nag-regenerate ng todo after being eaten by a bear. Right? That was disturbing. Okay? The way he was attacked, tapos ito na nga bigla-bigla nag-regenerate from, alas wala na siyang lamang loob eh. It was all, this part here, wala na. Hindi balat, wala na. Talagang kalansay na yung makikita mo eh. Right? The way she was treating this life form as her as her own son, feeling nanay nga eh. Right? Feeling nanay nga si March. And it's what little girls fantasize, to become mothers. Okay? Natural lang yan. Right? Nakakatawa. Nakakatawa siya. And I hope, teka, before we get ahead of ourselves, pace, I like the slowness of it. Okay? There's a kick to its slowness. Okay? You get what I'm saying, guys? You get what I'm saying? There is a certain kick to its slowness. And yung flow, okay, the first gear shift here was when March was able to escape her party. But she's trying to avoid being sacrificed. Okay, hindi naman niya gusto eh. Hindi niya kagustuhan to. She was just chosen, right? Chosen against her will, actually. And the second gear shift is when she and the life form met, right? When she and the life form met in a very disturbing way. Imagine, okay, you're this kid, and suddenly a carcass of a young boy suddenly comes back to life and regenerates until he's whole again, like nothing happened. To a normal kid, that would scare the shit out of it. Okay, that would scare the shit out of any kid. Pero si March, wala. Na-curious pa lalo yung bata. Okay? Na-curious pa lalo. Sabi, wala nga, ibang trip ng bata. Kundi walang takot tong batang to ah. Alright? Imagine, bangkay na yung life form. Okay? And she saw the whole thing happen. Just got up and suddenly regenerated until it's whole again. Up and running like nothing happened. Tapos sabi niya, uy, ba't mo ako iwan dito? Ganun na agad ang ano niya eh. Probably her survival instincts were kicking in, so well, you can't blame the girl, okay? You can't blame the kid. She's trying to survive out there, and she's trying to escape her potential tormentors. Okay? Then, siguro the final gear shift here was during the final scene, when she totally accepted the fact that she can be a mother to this life form. Teach everything she knows about being human, on how to act like a human. Kasi, nakita naman, if you haven't seen the episode, well, it eats like a dog. Right? Magtapo ka na ng pagkain sa malayo, it'll play fetch with you. It practically plays fetch. Pero hindi, pagkain yung itatapon mo, syempre kakainin na niya. Right? Kakainin na niya yun. So the plot, ganda. Right? But, that scene where the life form regenerated in front of this kid, I didn't expect that. I did not expect that. Okay? I totally did not expect that. So, that was the twist right there. That was the twist. So the plot was well laid out. Right? Wala siyang no hiccups. Okay, I couldn't see a hiccup in the plot. No, I could not see it. Despite it being a drama anime, okay? Despite it being basically a drama anime, okay? I don't see any hiccups in the plot of this episode. Yeah, it's a really good one. Okay, it's a really good episode. Talaga ang cute. Ang cute ni March. Parang gusto mo pisilin sa pisingin ganun. Right? Then, parang gusto mo nang iuwi. parang gusto mo nang iuwi. Parang ganun yung dating ng bata niyo. So, To Your Eternity Episode 2 is it going to continue the trend? Yep. 2 thumbs up. Right? 2 thumbs up. Bakit? Well, it's so heartwarming. Right? Despite what the alien life form has gone through since episode 1, it has seen death, it has died a lot of times, it has resurrected a lot of times. To a human, that can be stressful. And I'm very sure this alien life form is already stressed out. Kasi, ilang beses na ba namatay ito? From starvation, from violence, of course, we're getting eaten by a bear, right? Getting eaten by a bear. Tapos, nakailang sak na rin siya. And he also died of starvation. Kasi hindi marunong kumain. So probably, he just developed that instinct to eat when he met March. Nung nakita niya, uy, pagkain. Pwede ko bang kainin ito? So, March showed him na safe kainin to. She is a tribal girl. Okay? They live off the land. Okay? She's basically raised to live off the land. I think the alien is in good hands right now. Although bata ito si March. She's just probably 5 or 4 years old, right? And for a 5-year-old to take care of probably an alien life form, an alien in the form of an 11-year-old boy, tapos gano'n ng instincts, talagang wolf boy, kumbaga. So that'll be a challenge to her. Okay. So I'm seeing this relationship develop. No, not to the level of someone in the forest spirit. Okay? Talagang the kid there needed help. Okay? Talagang helpless. Pero here, the alien life form is more helpless than March. Right? So, It will learn a lot from that kid. It will learn a lot on how to be human. Which is something, well, it's something we should look forward to further down the road in this anime. So again, To Your Eternity Episode 2. So, next episode has been teasered. And, ano to? Ayoko paniwalaan yung mga teasers eh, pero, I see it. Mukhang nabawi na siya eh, si March. Ano, maghiwalay na sila ng landas ni ano? Ni Lifeform. I call him the Lifeform, okay? I call him the Lifeform because he has no name. Somebody is yet to give him a name. Okay? Somebody is yet to give him a name. Eh, yung pinagkopyahan niya na batang lalaki, we don't even know its name. Wala eh. So, that'll be the challenge. Okay? That's a big question mark. Okay? Who shall name this alien life form? But anyway, let's wait for the next episode. Okay?